Next, probably one of the more important things that we're going to do over and above the weight and balance and all the pen and pencil changes and making sure that we're keeping that aircraft within a CG, a safe CG range, is the records. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and review the aircraft records. We're going to learn about the records and the importance of the records, how the pilots are going to rely on our records, what we have to document in those records, so that when the pilot prepares for flight, he's got accurate data to base his center of balance on. These records, this is what the pilot is going to be worried about when he gets in the airplane. That's all he's got. He's got your signature and he's got the records that you said were going to be accurate. So this is calculating the empty weight CG, rarely extreme conditions. Have we done our extreme condition checks? Does the airplane still fall within, when I do a rear extreme or a forward extreme, is my center of gravity still within that envelope that we showed you earlier? Am I still within that general category? Have I stayed within that window? Do I need to add ballast? If I need to add ballast, I want to make sure that it's actually documented in the weight and balance records of the aircraft. Is the ballast properly identified? Is it marked? When I'm calculating my empty weight center of gravity, remember we discussed this already. We've beat this up. After installing a new piece of equipment, do I need to do a complete reweigh on the aircraft? No, I don't. Remember, we can do everything mathematically. Get out a good sharp pencil, get a good calculator, double check your work. You do not need to reweigh the aircraft. You can, but you don't have to. Over time, if you've done a lot of additions and subtractions and subditions and subtractions, it's encouraged. I would highly encourage you to do a complete weight and balance on the aircraft every couple of years just to make sure that it stays where it's supposed to be. Then we want to go ahead and we want to document it on our forms. Here's a sample form. There's no set form that says you have to use this form or that form. But this one here's a good example. It allows you to go ahead and you notice on the top it talks about tare weight and it gives you a left gear and a right gear and a nose, assuming we're using a scale. It wouldn't have to be you could use jack points as opposed to the nose wheels. Again, calculate it and sign it and date it, and then put that into permanent records. So in summary of this module, as a technician, we're going to be responsible for the weight and balance records of the aircraft. We need to make sure that everything is accurate, that it's legible, and that we need to realize that the pilot ultimately relies on the data that we've put in that sheet. Airplanes are required by the FAA to carry that information with them whenever they fly. And the pilot will use that prior to takeoff to make sure that his aircraft is going to be safe for flight.